All right, we're going to finish off those extras. So starting with Lupogram. A Lupogram is a bladder conduit. So it's usually called a urinary diversion. And basically a urologist has performed a cystectomy, so a bladder removal, and is a sort of a urinary tract reconstruction that uses the ileum as an alternate pathway for urine to exit the body because the patient no longer has a bladder. So it sort of is a connection of the ureters to this conduit, and then the patient will then have a stoma. And the contrast media can be injected to check the function, or if there's any concerns about that, or if the anatomy doesn't look quite right, the patient might have had a lupogram. And so the lupogram would be a retrograde study in which the contrast is injected via the anterior abdominal wall or the stoma. So as it's coming in, they'll inject the contrast into the loop. A line check. So these don't happen super often, but it can happen. So patients that have a central catheter or a portacath, permacath, whatever they're calling it, is having difficulty injecting through, or they're at the oncology office and the chemo or whatever they're having is not flowing in, or they're not getting anything back. Sometimes these catheters can kink, or the wire or the tubing can break, or the port itself can flip over. So sometimes they will send them to us for a check, and we will inject through the port and run some contrast through under fluoro. We will need access to the line, so sometimes we have to call over to the CAT scan nurses to get us access to the line, meaning there has to be an outer tubing for us to connect through usually, and then putting contrast through to check the tubing. This one has a kinked tube here, it's folded over. Afterwards, our protocol, as far as I can remember, is that there has to be a heparin flush post-exam, and that one of the CT nurses would need to do that. Don't take me on my word there, because I haven't done one of these in quite some time. But so follow protocol and just ask if any post-exam heparin flush needs to be done. The sialogram is really rare, and we had a radiologist many years ago who was the only one who did these, so I doubt you guys will ever see these. But it's a radiographic visualization of the salivary glands. So we're looking for stones or strictures, obstructions, possible tumor. The radiologist is going to place a catheter into the salivary gland and inject contrast media through it. It shouldn't be done if there is obviously contrast allergy, recent trauma to the mandible, infection, or severe inflammation. Just a little anatomy review on salivary glands. There's three major glands: your parotid, submandibular, and sublingual. The parotid is the one that's below and anterior to the exterior ear and the largest gland. Submandibular is below the body of the mandible, and then sublingual is in the floor of the mouth, and this one's the smallest. Some functions of salivary glands, they're more important than we realize, but it aids in chewing and dissolving of food, swallowing, your taste, and then keeping the mucous membranes moist for the other glands. Just some trivia. There's 1,500 cc's of saliva produced every day. Interesting, maybe sort of gross at the same time. And then, so the procedure itself, the radiologist will take lemon swabs and open the patient's mouth and find the salivary gland opening, and run the lemon swabs over the gland to open it up, and then place that small catheter into that opening and inject the water-soluble contrast. And the contrast will flow through, looking for any strictures or tumors or anything going on there. Often we've done these in the fluoroscopy room. It could be done with a C-arm, and sometimes mandible imaging is done at the end of the exam. But again, I doubt that you guys would ever see one of those. MRI has advanced these imaging areas and with no radiation. So a lot of the patients that have concerns for salivary gland anatomy are going for an MRI of their salivary glands instead of doing the fluoroscopy one. It's also a much more detailed image and less dose. So this is, again, why I think you guys will never see a Sialogram. And so that wraps up the random array of extras for special procedures.